Being a multi-passionate person who works a full-time job and is still learning how to run her own business, building these 3 life habits have been a game changer for me. The first habit that I want to talk about is exercising. And we probably all know that exercising is very beneficial for our life. But at the same time, we might not spend the time and energy into applying it in our daily life. I spent more than 10 hours per day in front of the computer. And I remember myself when I had back pains that were so severe that there were days that I barely was able to walk. And by exercising, besides the physical benefits that I saw, another benefit was the increase in my mood and concentration. What I noticed is that by exercising on a daily basis, it helps me to increase my mood, to feel more happier, and to have more confidence in myself and into creating opportunities for me. And when I say exercising, I know that we live in a busy world. Exercising for me means to go to the gym 3 times per week for about 35 minutes. And I also have 2 Labradors that I take them to a walk every single day for about 45 minutes or so. And this is the level of exercising that I'm doing every single week. Now, the second habit that I built was to drink enough water. And I want to highlight the word enough, because drinking too much water, studies shows that it can reduce the sodium in our body and can also dilute the vitamins that we have, which can lead to a visit to the emergency. Now, I'm not a doctor, and if you are not sure what is the right quantity for you, I recommend to consult a specialist that can help you in that regard. At the same time, there are many factors that contribute to what enough water means for each of us. Can be our gender, can be the climate, can be the stress level, the level of activities that we do, and there are so many other factors that can influence us to drink more or less water. But the main benefits that I notice by drinking water is that, first of all, my eyes don't feel so dry as they used to feel. My skin look brighter, but more importantly, by drinking enough water, I notice that I don't feel so tired as I used to feel before. And now the third habit that I built was reading books. And when it comes to reading books, I'm not a big fan of having a physical book and reading it. I think that I'm more an auditory person than a kinesthetic one. This is why I enjoy listening to books rather than having the physical book and reading it. I'm also the type of person that likes to combine multiple things at once. And I know that multitasking is something that we might want to stay away from in certain situations. As an example, right now I'm recording myself and I'm doing multiple things at the same time. I'm making sure that I'm looking into the camera, talking, breathing, thinking, I hope. So there are multiple things that I'm doing at once. And some of them are already habits that I have, and I do them without thinking. And there are other things that requires more attention from me. So when it comes to multitasking, without getting too much into details, is that whenever you notice that you are doing more things at the same time, pay attention if those things makes you be more stressed and overwhelmed, and try to separate them and see that if by doing them once at a time, the level of stress or overwhelm reduces. And if that's the case, then those 2 tasks maybe can be split and you can try avoiding multitasking them. But in my case with listening to books, there are so many other things during my day that I can do while I'm listening to a book. For example, I spend a good amount of time in traffic, and instead of getting frustrated that I could have done so many other things with my life, I prefer to listen to a book, and I'm using my watch to record key sentences that I hear in that book. Also, while I'm taking a walk with my dogs, there are not so many things that I can do. So I prefer to listen to a book and learn something new from it. So these are the 3 habits that I built for myself, and I know that I'm not gonna quit on any of them. especially with drinking water. I think I need it. I'm pretty sure I need it, otherwise I'm gonna die. All these three habits together helps me to be more energized, confident, and productive. Now, I'd love to hear from you, what habit have you built for life and how does it benefit you? Have been a life changer for me, a game changer.